Everybody, CivilGear here. Today I'm talking about Nitecore's HC33 headlamp. I am a huge fan of the previous HC30 and I'm loving this new 33. Love the new brightness, love the new features. Today I'll be talking about the user interface, talking about these features. I'll open the light up, kind of show you its pieces. And so let's go ahead and get started. To turn on the light, well, the user interface is exactly the same as the 30, so there's no new surprises. But if you haven't, if you're not familiar with the previous 30, I'll go ahead and go through the user interface here. I also have a diagram on my full review. Check the links below. So to turn on the light, it's just a single tap. Starts it in the lowest mode, the kind of the ultra low, and single taps after that cycle the light upwards and cycles through turbo as well. So tap and hold to turn it off, and that's the basic primary mode profile as I kind of describe it. Then there's a couple of shortcuts. If you click and hold, it turns the light onto the previous mode that was memorized. I was in ultra low, but let's try that again. So sort of medium mode there. Tap and hold, it'll come back, and then you can keep cycling with single taps. And then the quick turbo is sort of a two-stage long press, so you just kind of hold it, goes to the memorize, and then it jumps up to the turbo if you're still holding it. So that's pretty neat that that's in there. But yeah, so like the single tap on is basically a shortcut to low as well, the ultra low. So that's the user interface, same as the 30. It uses this switch at the top, just a single stage electronic switch. Which means there might be a little parasitic drain, so to kind of lock out the light and help prevent that drain, all you got to do is unscrew the tail cap a little bit and you're good to go, and the light won't come on. The light comes with this rubber head mount and the headband, same as before. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the battery indicator. One of the coolest new features of this light that they were able to fit in here without changing too much is the battery indicator, which uses the primary LED to blink out the voltage. The concept one that they came out with a little while ago sort of debuted that feature, and they've patented it and probably going to be putting it in a bunch of their lights from now on. So you sort of unscrew the tail cap at least like 360 degrees, a little bit more. The instructions say like it happens as you remove the battery and put it back in, put the tail cap in. But I think as long as you lose contact enough and tighten it back up, you should be able to get that to blink through. Yeah. So that's pretty neat. That was a really unexpected feature. I'm glad that they brought that in. Most lights use like an indicator light, and kind of like where would you put another? Where would you put that? Like some have an indicated button, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so the other new feature is a magnetic tail cap. So I think a lot of users requested that and was wondering why it wasn't in the previous version, but now they've got it. I'll just kind of open this up. The mount just comes right off, very easy. I haven't had any problems with my HC30's mount. I was a little bit worried that over time it would kind of dry out or get or break, but I've been fine with that. Tail cap's a little bit longer in this version. I'll just kind of bring my 30 over for the size comparison real quick. You can see there's like about a centimeter or so different, mostly kind of in this tail cap size, which is kind of nice because this was a little bit small for gripping, and the length of it is easier to grip now. So we'll pull it out and see that it's kind of one of the neat features of the magnetic tail cap in there. It kind of helps pull out the battery. Here's the new tail cap with a beefed up spring, and that kind of black circle back there is, I think, just the edge of the magnet just kind of glued on. Probably not like super easy to take off, but I'm glad it's there. And Nitecore's actually tailored this new battery specifically for these newer lights, these kind of 1800 lights. In the instruction manual, it says you need probably at least 18 amp drain type batteries in order to meet the performance that they spec out and to reach that 1800 lumen. But regular 18650s work in there as well. Just might not be the same performance. So, but regular kind of button top 18650. Another thing to note is if you're new to the HC30 and 33 that the head detaches. So I remember when I got my HC30, at the moment I took it out of the box, put in the battery, and closed the tail cap, nothing worked. And I realized that the head was loose, and I was like, thank God, and I closed it and it worked. So if that's your story, just make sure to check the head that it's tight. Has reverse polarity protection, new plastic little cover here to help protect the circuitry, which is nice. The body tube has 2 O-rings for its waterproofness, so that's kind of standard feature on all their lights, except for some of their plastic ones like the NU headlamps. But pretty much all of these are IPX8, but now they're starting to rate them for IP68, which is now dust certification. I guess it's just trickier to test for that, but the 6 is like completely dust proof, and the 8 means it's completely like waterproof. So that's also a great feature. You can take these out in the rain, not worry about anything getting ruined. Let's see what else. But yeah, I love this for its versatility, and definitely want to carry around the pocket clip that comes with it. That way you can have it as a hand lamp, or clip it to your belt for kind of like a waist high hands-free light. I usually just like clip it on my belt and turn it on and get some out of my car real quick. And if you really want to go all the way, you can bring the headlamp, but I find it's good enough just to clip it onto your belt. And so the clip looks a little bit improved. It's a little bit wider, so that's a little bit easier for everyday use. And I definitely want to keep an eye out for these little edges on the clip. Sometimes they can catch on your finger or on pockets and stuff, so only recommendation there. And as a sort of point of reference, or just another fun thing, is the head has these really neat heat sinks in it. I haven't really seen that many lights that actually have this long of a heat sink on it. So I think it's pretty well temperature regulated. It has automatic temperature regulation, and this helps keep it as cool as possible. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so overall, still same great design, some new features. I would definitely recommend it. And just to keep in mind, anything that starts to get over 1,000 lumens, you want to make sure you're safe with it. Keep it kind of locked out if it's in your pocket or in your bag, because 1,800 lumens can start to heat things up and scorch paper and other things. So that's most of my thoughts. I think this is starting to go for $65. It's just now on Amazon by Lumen Tactical. I'm not affiliated with them, but Andrew and Amanda is going to start, I'm sure, I've seen some deals on their website for the 30. They're going to start selling this probably for like $40. So if you're still new to these headlamps, just want to try out this one first. 1,000 lumens is very great everyday use. Check that out on their website. But thank you to Nitecore for sending this stuff to me to review, and so I could share with you my thoughts. For any more information, if you want more, I have a full review. Check the links below for my website. And if I missed anything or any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I definitely get to those as quick as I can. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Bye.